Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gaming Droid, and welcome back to Free Trial Droid. This is my second attempt at recording this. I did upload the previous video without realising. It came out all fine for me. It rendered, and I did a quick check at the first bit of the rendering and it was fine. Then one of my regular viewers pointed out that it was down to about 5 frames per second. So this is recording attempt 2. I've tweaked a few of the recording settings. So this is Star Crusade CCG. It is a collectible card game along the lines of Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering. Slightly more similar to Hearthstone than Magic the Gathering, but we'll get into that in a second. It's by ZMAD Games. ZMAD Games is probably more sort of familiar with the Match 3 style or the Bubble Buster style of free-to-play game, because they've made a few of those. This is their first foray into collectible card games, and to be honest guys, it's actually really reasonably built. I don't know how the meta game goes or how the sort of quality of the game goes later on down the line as you get to the further along sections of it, but as far as like the early game goes, it's quite well balanced. So let's have a look. So it's Star Crusade, there's the play, there's the raid, you can get some help, you can set up some desks, there's a store, and there's daily quests. Daily quests earn you credits, the credits can be used to buy things. So in the store you can buy booster packs, and the one booster pack is 100 credits, or you can pay for cash, and you can see the prices there. So it's roughly like a credit is equivalent to a penny, roughly. Special offers you can buy on the Steam store, and then later on down the line they're going to be adding card backs, avatars, skins and commanders. The deck builder should be very familiar from Hearthstone. There's a couple of differences. So empty deck. So you pick a race, and the races are like the classes in Hearthstone. They give you, just like in the classes in Hearthstone, they give you race-based cards, and they're specialised in certain things. So like in Hearthstone, warriors specialise in armour. These guys specialise in Cypher, which are trap cards, or in discard, or in choice cards. These ones specialise in firepower, which is a kind of like a building stat, which then is used to affect other things. These ones specialise in shield, which is like the paladin shield. Revenge, which is like death rattles. These ones specialise in mutate, which is ways of enhancing cards. These ones specialise in fury and vigilance. So you can see that there's a selection of different things. So let's just go with Reduc. Now the difference from Hearthstone, look, the deck building is exactly the same. 2 of each kind of card maximum. You have a mana curve at the bottom, or a supply curve, and then you can search by supply or search by name. You've got class specific cards and neutral cards. And you can see that like this is an activate card, so effect occurs when the card is played directly. It's Cypher, so it's hidden from the opponent until triggered. Draw a card, energize, spend X energy, and energy is an additional resource on top of supply, which we'll get to. Modules, this is where it becomes different. You have a set of Anuki modules. You have a set of modules. Some are specific to your race, and some are neutral. And these are like hero powers. So the base one, which is almost identical to a hero power, costs 2 supply, so the equivalent to 2 mana. And for this race, it decreases the attack of one opponent's units by 1, and we gain 1 psychic charge in exchange. Now the other modules use energy, and energy is something that you accumulate by killing off your opponent's units. So over on the energy sort of setup, you can see that we've got things like your next card costs less supply, equip a 1/1 blaster to a character, next card your opponent draws from the deck will cost 1 supply more. So you can see that you can collect up together a different set of abilities. So you can have 3 abilities at once, one of which will use or could use supply, and the others can use energy. And you can unlock more of these as you go through. So if we just head oops, nope, head back. So that's a pretty simple deck building mechanic. So the actual gameplay, I'm going to go with my Terran, base Terran, I think, because I prefer the Terran deck. The matchmaking, oh, whoops, I'm still in the deck builder. Back. Play. Base Terran. So, the deck building and things, wait, what? Play. Ah, right, I have to select to play on casual. Sorry, my brain was melting then. It took me straight into the deck builder half a dozen times and I was confused as to why. And one of my Steam friends can't decide... that'll be behind my camera, but one of my Steam friends can't decide what game to play. So, exactly the same as normal, you've got a player or a discard stage. So actually one of the interesting things is you actually draw a hand of 5, you have the same discard and redraw thing, and again you get the same thing where you get the equivalent of a coin, which is initiative. So you'll see that this character has firepower, so if this character is on the board, my hero has +1 firepower. Now that doesn't actually do anything unless I use one of my abilities that sort of matches up with that. So he's got cloak and firepower. I'm going to drop that, and I'm going to drop another cloak and firepower down. So one of the things that the Terran has as one of their abilities is in exchange for energy, they can give themselves attack equal to their firepower. Now, as I said, you have to gain energy as you go along. Oh, I'm going to have to deal with the combat engineer quickly. He's a dangerous fella. Now you see the health levels are different. There is an odd thing with the sort of the way different players interact with each other. Lose 1 health, gain 2 attack. Okay. And here are the abilities. Revenge, deploy 3, so that gives a card the ability to deploy eggs. So I'm going to drop Bunker to give myself a bit of defense. And I'm just going to start doing some damage to face, and you can see I'm accumulating energy as I deal damage to the face. So I'm accumulating energy here. I've got firepower here. I've also got a psychic power bar across the top, which is this arch bar here. Screen is the equivalent to taunt, so you can see we've each got a screen minion out now. Reasonably tough screen minions. This Energize allows me to use 6 energy to bring it back into my hand after using it, so I can use it as a 1 damage snipe card.
Squad leader reporting.
So...
Sweeping fire!
The only thing I would say is that when units are cloaked, it's a little bit hard to see that they're cloaked. And there's also different kinds of unit. There's support units, mech units, fighter units. And I'm apparently still open in Steam chat. Hey Darmok, welcome to the video.
Hello there. Oh, hello there, video.
This is Darmok, one of the members of the Toadnet team. And he's just joined my collectible card game video.
Yeah, I saw you were in chat. And Toad's not here for some reason. Like, I'll hop by and say hi. Okay, well.
See you, man.
Sorry not to. Okay, yeah. See.
Well, that was an interesting little interlude. But as you can see, it's the same sort of setup that a lot of systems have. So he's been given screen. He's been given soak, and that soak is a +1 damage reduction. So every time he takes damage, he takes 1 less damage. I'm going to probably lose this one because I'm not making the right sort of decisions along the way. Also, this person is probably sort of slightly better than I am with a slightly wider range of cards. It's just like in Hearthstone that at the beginning, when you only have the base cards, you're never going to beat a deck that's got the top level cards. Although a lot of these cards are basic cards that he's playing out. I don't think the Combat Engineer is a basic card.
Victory to the biggest guns.
Engaging. Taking a shot.
But you have to destroy units to gain energy or deal damage to the face to gain energy. So there is a limiting factor there. So Soak has been moved over to him today. Activate mutate target unit. Okay. And disable. So I've completely lost board control now, and board control's just gone floating out the window. So this looks like it's going to be a loss for me. And they've added Revenge Deploy Brood Eggs.
More guns for me. More
Sound
guns
the
for you.
sixth trumpet.
Say goodnight.
But there are ways to claw back sometimes. We'll see what happens. It just takes, as with Hearthstone, it takes one small mistake. And there are some interesting mechanics that...
Damn!
what on earth was that? Split 3 damage between all enemy units, 5 damage if you control an aberration. Oh, lovely. That was... So these are aberrations. Just like in the Hearthstone you have goblins and things like that. Now you see he's now accumulating energy, and he can use that energy to activate some of his special powers. Just like in Hearthstone, there can be a pretty nasty snowball effect.
Squad leader reporting.
Awaiting orders.
So I've made my next drawn card cheaper, in hopes of maybe getting a little bit of snowball going on. And I've got a decent fighter squadron screen active.
Just keep shooting.
Oh! When mutated, destroy target unit. That's a nasty one. Terminal mutation. So that's a nasty little card combination with skill. And this is the advantage of having like the triple skill effect, is you can have skills that work very well with your deck. If you have a deck that preferentiates healing, then you can have a supply-based healing and an energy-based healing ability. And so you can start to gather up large sort of power houses of abilities and card combos. And it looks like I'm probably going to die. You still have the same...
An honorable battle.
how do I concede?
Dropship ready to assist.
Well, let's just throw out my things and let's make a fight of it.
Supply drop on the way.
And that's me. They have more than enough to kill me this turn, and that will be the end of this battle. So as you can see, guys, it's a very Hearthstone-esque game. It's reasonably well balanced. That person had better cards than me, but I haven't played long enough to gain cards. You gain coins as you play. You gain coins for the missions, so you can buy booster decks. You can also gain additional cards through completing level ups and things, just like in Hearthstone. So I gained some coins for that battle, and I also completed one of my quests and gained 30 coins. I'll finish off the video just by buying a pack and opening it out for you. Open my packs. So a core booster pack, it opens out, and we'll have a look what we get. So we've got an activate to nullify target unit, and that's Void Probe. We've got Bloodsworn Berserker, which is a Hergog unit. So it tells you down here basically what race it's for, what hero it's for, and it also tells you the rarity. So this is a conscript rarity, so it's 1 up. It's kind of common, the conscript rarity. It's not. I wouldn't say it's an uncommon one. Ooh, look at that, an elite rarity. So this would be the equivalent of an uncommon. Mining complex impact. First friendly unit deployed each turn costs 1 less supply. Impressive. That's a good one. And then we have a Shanti unit, which is transform a friendly unit into a 4/3 unstable monstrosity. Nice. Claim all my cards, and that is Star Crusade. It's a good little Hearthstone style game. Lovely little sci-fi aesthetic. The aesthetics brought together beautifully, and the game plays well. So I will see you again next time.